Welcome back. Part 2. As you obviously tell, I have no effing clip. Wow. What kind of noise in the background? So let's continue with the roof line. The roof is generally the most difficult part of all YouTube, crafting, because I like to use these little blocks like these. Normally, if I had the resources in coal, I would be using stone bricks for my house roof because they are better looking for a roof. But this is a YouTube video on how to craft a house El Cheapo like. This is going to be a flat roof design right here on this side. However, the rest of the house is going to follow the same roof, like the curved, not curved, but the actual standardized roof design. So let's try to finish this up. Try to make a little speedy progression on this one. So here we go. Now we just go do. If you may have noticed, I am actually a very fast Minecrafter, or one of the. A lot of people I work with on many servers I've been on to are absolutely amazed at the speed I built these houses. Like, at the speed and creative I can build this house. I'm a little bit slower on the actual survival, but not as slow as what most people would think. This house generally would take about 2 hours, or sorry, more so about 45 to an hour to create if you had all the resources on hand and pre-crafted, like these cobblestone stair pieces, which are generally very expensive to start crafting because the fact is they cost a lot to make, because they cost about I think it's 6 cobblestone to make four just generic steps. So now we're going to close off the roof right here. So we have a pretty standardized style of house. The reason why I have the this design right here, the reason why I like to have an overhang is if everyone is familiar with those Minecraft spiders crawling up on the side of your house, how friggin' annoying they are, and you can't sleep when they're on the house. By doing this design, even with a sword, let's grab an iron sword. Diamond sword is overrated. Even with a sword, you can still stab a spider's butt from above here, and they get caught in that little ridge, as well as over here and stuff. It's a way I've done all this time. Like, I keep getting annoyed by spiders crawling up on houses and stuff, so they really are great. Game weather, clear weather. 9999999. Wait, that's not it. I forgot how to do. I think it's all one word. Nope, still not the right word. Yeah, don't tell me they changed the commands already. This is embarrassing. It's been a very long time since I did the clear weather command. Clear weather. So that's not the right word. Or weather clear. 9999999. You must enter is too big. Okay, so I have the right command now. So. There we go. You have to write the actual timestamp, or else the weather will just come back in like 30 seconds, which is stupid annoying. Alright, so sorry about the delay. Once again, here's another style of roof. This is a pretty ugly style, but it's very cheap to manufacture. Especially if you really don't want to spend a lot of resources on stuff. I still want to have what they call the trim design, so I add the little, once again, add the little trim like this. So it gives you that little trim so that, again, the spiders can't crawl up to the very top of the roof and then get stuck on the roof where you have to end up trying to either A, fight them, or B, wait till they despawn as you wander away from your house. Remember, your house it has to be safe enough that you can sleep inside of, and so the monsters can't get near it or something like that. So, I'm one of those types that likes to work during the day and never at night. I hate working in the dark in the game. Like, it's always the crappiest thing to do. So now let's just go finish off the house. Like, again, following the same rule, the 7, 5, and 3. So the 3, 5, 7, as you can tell, this whole wall here. Because of this, the walls and the roof line and the other floors all matches the same kind of floor plan of the house. So So the windows match up. So when you're just looking at a window, it looks like a legit house, because house windows are pretty much in their proper spots all the time, or they're pretty much symmetrical. Symmetry, although this is kind of asymmetric because the size of the house and all that. So now let's just go slather these little windows back into place and finish off making the walls. Then all there's left to do is just make the interior and a few little tweaks around the house. But this is just a tutorial to show how to make a very simplistic house, and a lot of people have been asking me how do I build these houses and how do I remember the floor plans all the time. Because if you've been to many servers and you've seen this style of house, you obviously just basically found my house in the game. Because I'm the only one that done this style of housing. And also because it's pretty much plain Jane, like no one really takes a notice in it. It's like, oh, it's just a generic house. But that's just because it looks generic, but it's actually what makes this house unique is that the fact is it can be built legitimately in real life if you really have to. Because you have the support pillars that keeps the house square and all that. Also, I'm going to add more support pillars because the fact is we've now added essentially we added a new floor in the building already. So now we have an attic, which we can just do this to fill in the attic. Once again, like from the other video, make planks instead of wood blocks for your floors, because planks will fill in more of your floor and at a lower cost. You don't have to farm 100,000 trees an hour to make floors. Just make slabs. You'll get double the amount of floors in half the time. And there we have it. We have basically the interior house pretty much built. Now for the stairs. Because, again, like I said, I was thinking of making just a tutorial on the outside. Like, this is a house pretty much already built. You can now be safe inside this little house. Well, with the exception is I don't even have any... Hang on. I don't have any torches in the house, so we should probably start putting some torches in the house. We don't want some creepers to spawn in and start blowing up the house. Oh, if you're wondering, I'm using not a texture pack, but a shaders mod. I don't quite remember the name of this shaders mod. It's incredibly old, and it is supported for the original 1.8. I think it's the SESU, SESU shaders mod, which requires like several sister mods to make it run correctly. Alright, now let's go make some stairs before I end this video, because I've pretty much got my goal into building this little house already. Now we have the entrance there, because I like using the 3 rule plus 5, so it's 3 plus 5 on the side, to make a small little, what they call an entry galley. So there's like an entryway. It's away from the main part of the house, so I can add like a kitchen, a living room, and whatever right here, and upstairs would be like the living space. Upstairs, because I would love to have like a bed up here, because you're further away from the ground, which is an easier way to fall asleep without being bombarded by mobs. So let me clear my inventory a little bit. I'll keep the torches handy, because I may need some more. Now let's go make some stairs. Stairs is pretty much straightforward. Stairs. But there's several styles of stairs you can make in this house. My favorite style, because of this design of the house, is I will put two. So 2 blocks one way, and another 2 blocks the other way. This will make you up to this height of the flooring, and you just basically have to add a small little, there we go, a small little floor like that. So you're upstairs. Also, because the stairs are on the small area, and it's also part of the half roof, gives you a lot more space to craft in. Like, for example, let's make a room. Gonna use the same old materials like that. I'm gonna start putting some torches up here because it is getting dark in here. Well, I think it's because the sun is going down in game. I'm using the Minecraft timeline to actually measure my videos. So there we have it. So we have basically a generic looking house. Like it's shaping up. If I want to go any further, I could add a second room up here. So this is like a two-room house. Probably make the door a little in this position right here. Sorry. Sometimes again, I'm not used to this mouse. Trackball mouses are really nice, but they're really a tricky mouse to operate in this game. For this game. So now we have two rooms, and we basically have a small little stairwell that goes down this way. Although, if you really want to, for convenience-wise, let me redo this again. I'll put it in this position. I'm gonna have to mute my phone. Just give me a sec. I get interruptions 24/7 every single day, so don't mind me. You're probably gonna see a lot of YouTube videos gonna be like that. So I will definitely need to learn how to edit videos so I can edit that crap out. So here we go. And lastly, it's because for safety reason you don't want to fall off. Let me add a stairwell. Well, not stairwell, handrails. Don't need one for this height right here, because from this height you can just drop down here. So it's just right up to here. You want to have it so you don't fall down and break both your legs. In Minecraft, that nice little noise you make when you do that. Who here has actually played Minecraft way back in the olden days, the alpha update, where well, alpha and the beta, where the noise is a generic male noise. I remember that in a long time ago. Also, if you use your, your scroll wheel right here, excuse me, your little scroll wheel right here is also, if you press down onto it, you can actually copy the block item. This is how people in creative can actually switch out items pretty quickly. It's a tooltip. I don't think you can see it in the option menu because it's not really well balanced. But I like this little tooltip because my friend showed me this not a long time ago, but quite a while ago, like 3 years ago. I didn't even know about it until he accidentally pressed the little button on the scroll wheel. Which is basically called block copy, which is basically means you copy the block's ID code. So by pressing it, you copy the code. It also replaces, if whatever is shown on the item, it also replaces the item with that item that you selected. So I'm going to finish off the video by placing these floors right here. Reason why I prefer slabs like these is, well, back in the day, mobs weren't allowed to spawn in on top of slabs, is what they call these. Because slabs are classified as a transparent block, and it's still a rule in Minecraft where mobs cannot spawn on transparent blocks. But they have changed it recently, where they can now spawn on wood, or stone, or sandstone slabs. The only thing they can't spawn on is glass, currently. Though I'm pretty sure in a few years they'll probably add something like that to do that. And we're almost done. And there you have it, guys. It's a very generic house with a simple stairwell to climb up here. Now you can go one step further. I know it looks a little ugly, but now remember we have an attic up here. This is a great place to dump chests and God knows what. Like, I don't know, if you have like 3 stacks of cobblestone, 30 stacks of cobblestone and sand, and you have nowhere to put it, just dump some chests right in this house right here. I'll show you how to do some stuff. Here's another trick that not many people noticed, or a lot of people notice on my streams, but not many do. Chests can actually be stacked on top of each other. So basically you have 2 chests there, 2 chests there. Because the cobblestone, because the stairs, the way it's designed, it's technically a transparent block. So chests can actually be open from its face. However, unlike other materials, like, see, I'm gonna shift click here. Now, if I added a block directly on top, this chest is not openable. So, stairs will allow you to do that. So now I can just basically add lots and lots of chests in this house. So this is just going to be my generic storage space. Like, if I need to dump like a lot of resources up here, I can just do so. And the trap door just goes snaps on there, and then the small little stairwell, or small little ladder, so you can go up into here. So basically, you drop down. They re-added the collision on top of the ladder, so now you just have to scoot over, and that's all there is to it. And that is all for this little tutorial. Oh, before I go, let's go take a look outside the house at night. So now we have a very nice, very generic looking house, which is not really easy to appease people on the server, because this is still a pretty basic house. At least it's an upgrade compared to your dirt houses. But now we have an effective house with the 3-5-7 rule. I call it 3-5-7 rule because it's 3 blocks between pillars. So 3 blocks between pillars is basically a very narrow, or I could use what you call a side room. 5 is basically a generic face of a house, and 7 for the width wise, like making a long room on the side. So now we have a really generic looking house. It's a semi-L shape. It's an L-shaped house, but it has a small little room on the side where I added the stairwell and the door. As you can see, these little sloped roof matches with the trim line with the 3 and 5 together. So now we have that. This is just a generic slope because I just want to show you how to make a slope. I always add what you call again the overhang, so spiders, when they crawl up to the house, they don't really get too high up on the house where you can't hit them with a sword. Another little trick I'm going to do very quickly is, because this is a lot higher, let's add a little trim design like that. I'm going to add another little trim design right here, so I can further pretty up the house. So now it looks a little more prettier. Now it looks like it has a nice little decal design. I can do the same thing right here and out here as well, because I don't want the spiders to crawl too high up so I can't hit them with the sword. And there you have it. So the house is 100% complete. I added a little design, even something simple as just adding that. It gives it a little flair or a touch on the house. From here on out, you pretty much can do what you want inside. You can add floors or add any design you want. Add rooms, add your machinery, and even add a basement. The basement works the same principle. Where the stairwell is, you can just basically dig your way down and continue with the stairwell, and use cobblestone on the next layer down to mark right where the house's base is. And there you have it. Thank you all for coming to take a peek at this, and hope you can build really fast houses on any server. Once again, when you jump on a server, the first thing you gotta do is build your home base. And this home base is literally, as you can tell by the whole video length, it literally only took me about 20 to 30 minutes. In my servers, I used to build hundreds of these little houses side by side, like all in way in rows, and build tall cities and skyscrapers. And most of the houses, I give them a little variation. Like, I could remove this corner and just have a straightforward house. I could make a house double its size, or I could make this room further outgoing, or even add more rooms, or maybe add another floor if I really want to. However, the 5 rule doesn't look right when you have 3 stories high. Like right now, it looks okay on this height. If you add another height, it'll look a little awkward. But if it's a little thicker, it'd be fine. Alright. Thank you all for coming. And peace out. So we'll see you on the next YouTube video on anything that needs to be done, or if anyone has any suggestion on YouTube videos like how to build or something, or any ideas of like redstone circuitry or something like that, just give me a shout. I'll basically pop another YouTube video on people for tutorials. I could even help you with optimal gardening and all that fun stuff, and proper mining stuff. Alright, see you later.